Hey buddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Civilization 6. Last year, Team Trees was all the rage, and I actually donated $150 myself towards the cause. So this year, I thought it would be kind of fun if we made a new map. Here we have an incredibly blank map that we have to fill in with land. And the process of doing that is actually fairly straightforward. You just grab this brush and listen to an extremely annoying zzz noise. The map is now filled with grassland tiles. And here's the thing about woods. You can't actually select a brush size. So I'm going to have to very slowly just coat this entire map in woods. Last time I did something like this, people were like, why didn't you use a bigger brush button? It's because it's not available. You can't do it. It doesn't work. The easy part is like filling in most of the forest, but then the hard part is making sure we go through and like get every last little bit. Just have to fill in the last few little bits here and there. Now, as you can see, we have coated the entire map in woods. Next, we just need to give our map a name. I'm going to call this one Forest Nothing, a little nod to one of my favorite channels, T90 Official. Save the map into our game, activate the mod in our mod menu, select it as the map for our game, and now we've got our map that we're going to play on. Let's play on deity difficulty, standard game settings, with apocalypse mode turned on. Who could we play but the Maori for this map? They get ridiculous benefits from unimproved forests compared to other civilizations. And since the map is filled with land, I'm going to max out the number of players that I can have on this map. That's all the settings that matter. Let's get started. You guys might be sitting there and wondering, wait a minute, if there's no water on the map, where are the Maori going to spawn? That's a great question. Now, in terms of starting location, this is a pretty weak starting location. I mean, we have a lot of forest, but we have no fresh water. I don't see any resources, and my only real option is to settle in place. But thanks to the power of the Maori, all of my unimproved woods become 2 food, 2 production tiles. The other really cool thing about the Maori is that if we get their unique building from the theatre square, we get +1 culture and +1 faith to all of the city's tiles with a passable feature, and woods count as a passable feature. After flight is researched, we also get +1 tourism to all of our cities with a feature or natural wonder, and it doesn't cost any maintenance. Which pretty much says to me that we're going to want to rush drama and poetry this game. So to start that off, let's grab ourselves a monument and then a settler. Am I like really going to try to play this game like it's a serious game? I mean, the entire map is just covered in forest. I have nothing to do with my builder, so I may as well send him to explore. Not a whole lot to see in the forest. About to finish my monument, bringing me up to a very tasty 3.5 culture per turn. I can already taste the drama and poetry. Slap in God King for a nice pantheon. It's very satisfying to explore in like a circular pattern with 2 units, just continuously circling your empire. Every time I click end turn, they just all move a little bit. Astrology is completed, but it's not a huge amount of use to me on this map, because I actually need to be able to get rid of some of this forest to place down districts. Well, time to pick up mining, so... Wait, I found an empty barb camp with my builder. Do I dare try to capture this? I do. Yoink. Germany. Thank you for the free barb camp, Germany. Although I'm a little bit wary now that they might come to fight me. Why yes, civilization, I also think that this is a really nice place to put a city. Not. It's just all forest. How can you possibly give me recommendations? Let's pop down our second city. Shabam. I do have a slight advantage in having this extra production that other saves aren't going to have. Hopefully it can make up for the fact that DD AI get ridiculous bonuses. Oh hey, Shaka found me. I'm not very happy about this. Oh god! Oh god, the fire comes! I was hoping to make this a surprise. But it comes. My plan was to like not tell you guys I was doing this on apocalypse mode and then light a fire that consumed the entire world. Oh my sweet Jesus, who lit this fire? I don't have anywhere to run or hide with my units. I have to hide inside my cities. Retreat. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh my god, it's going to spread every single turn and just get closer and closer. Oh god. The first sighting of the forest fire, this scout is so dead. Every time I end the turn, the game lags out as this thing spreads. I need to harvest this tile so that I actually have somewhere I can hide my units and as the fire like rolls past me. Now this truly is apocalypse mode. I wonder, do traders get burnt up by forest fires? I actually don't know. But I don't think he's going to make it into the city before the forest hits me. God, can you imagine living in one of these cities and just seeing a wave of fire roll up to your city? The good news is I do have access to a pantheon, and we're going to grab ourselves Earth Goddess for the extra faith. Because now basically every single tile in my empire has +2 faith on it, except for the ones that are right next to the burning forest. Because I'm not so sure that a forest that's literally ablaze really does much for the appeal of a tile. Oh god, here comes the second wave already. Wait, I thought I would have more time. I thought I would have more time. Oh, Jesus, it's already rolling through. Although I do have really nice tiles to work at least. Every single one of my cities is down to 1 population. I don't know how I'm going to get a settler over here. Do I have to like carefully chop my way, like a pathway through this horrible fire? Germany decided that now would be the time to declare war on me. Although their empire is currently engulfed in flames, I'm not really sure how they're going to get units over towards me. I guess all warfare is going to have to be like conducted in the small period between each wave of fire that there is. The game really does not like this many tiles like being on fire. It's extremely laggy when I end the turn. Looks like Germany's army got annihilated by the forest fire. I think they had 140 combat strength a minute ago. Oh, there goes their archer. I need to start using builders to cut a safe zone in between my cities. Start directing the fire where I want it to go. It does suck that I have to chop this tile, but I need to make room for my theater squares. And if you're wondering why I have encampments planned, it's because there's absolutely zero fresh water on this map. And the encampment is one of the few districts in the entire game that has housing on its buildings. The other one being the harbour and the campus with a university. Oh, this poor warrior is about to get incinerated by the flames. Oh god. Oh, there he goes. He's gone. The game, I gotta say, the game really does not like this flame. Each turn takes like a minute. Like here, I'm gonna let you see a turn from start to finish. This archer, by the way, he's dead. The game is gonna hang and he's just gonna disappear. Like, we're in the please wait phase. Oh, there it goes. Bye-bye. Like, I can't move at the screen or anything right now. Ah, there he is. Who knew the perfect way to defend your empire is by setting the world on fire? I don't even think I would need this slinger to defend the city. Oh, here comes the third wave of fire. But I mean, at the very least, my tiles are starting to become absurdly powerful. Oh, damn, I was really hoping I could get Feed the World this game, because there's not a whole lot of ways to get housing on this map. Unfortunately, someone got it with Catholicism. Ooh, 5 food, 5 production. Now that's a nice tile. Unfortunately, I am in a dark age, but that's not the end of the world. Let's grab Exodus the Evangelist, because I am going for a religion. Although I'm not sure how I'm ever going to build a second district in my cities, because I don't know how to get to 4 population if my cities get knocked down to 1 population every few turns from the fires. Appease the gods. Unfortunately, there are no volcanoes on this map, so I don't think we can actually get any points towards this competition, but at least I get a participation medal of 0 points. I think the only unit that I'm going to be able to safely scout with is the Soothsayer, so let's buy one and see if we can use them to figure out where the forest fire is and isn't. It looks like we can actually pretty easily tell where it is. Unfortunately, all the great prophets were snatched as well, so I don't get a religion this game. I do have my delicious Earth Goddess Pantheon, however. Finally, I can sweep in here and chop this tile. I've been waiting for a while. Now I have a full bridge here that breaks up the flames. The wave of fire can't actually pass through these 2 cities and will have to go around. I'm hoping that by breaking up the flames a little bit, I'll be able to get a settler out into this land somewhere. Although that said, even though I'm trying really hard, this might actually be the first game that I get a score victory. It's turn 72 and nobody has above 20 science or culture. I can't imagine how this is going to look in 100 turns. How is there a barbarian scout alive out here? How are you living? The world is made of fire, sir. This isn't legal. Let's start chopping out some land for some farms. Not only that, but it'll also reduce the total number of tiles that can actually get lit on fire too. I love the idea of like the traders of this civilization being like hardened men in fire suits who bring goods between 2 towns separated by an endless landscape of flame. Germany is really determined to go to war with me. They're even bringing a Soothsayer along, although I'm not sure why, because the world is already on fire. I'm really hoping that the spearman gets burnt alive this round. The fire shall be my defense. Oh, the game unlags and the spearman is gone. Delicious. I mean, at the very least, I do have my tier 1 government now. I don't even know what to pick. I guess I'll go with Classical Republic. I don't really know what the meta is on a map that's literally on fire. The one thing that really scares me is because the fire spreads randomly when there's this much of it on the map, I'm scared that one of my settlers is going to get eaten alive by the flames. It's turn 86 and I'm finally settling my fort city. Man, have we been waiting a long time to get this guy out here. The time between turns is now becoming absurd. I think I've been playing for about 45 minutes since my last cut, and it takes a while, although it is speeding up a little bit, so I think people are starting to like chop out the forest, or else the game is just starting to fail completely. Also, check out those yields since we just finished our very first mare. Just a casual 2-turn government plaza on turn 89 in a city producing 30 production per turn from burnt down forest corpses. I know Germany declared war on me, but I'll you know, this is a harsh and unforgiving world. I'll trade with him anyway. I've been wanting to put a farm on this tile for like 30 turns, but it just keeps getting instantaneously burnt down the second it regrows. I mean, on one hand, it has amazing yields. On the other hand, I would like to chop it. I've had to strategically maneuver my builder in between fires just to get a farm triangle in this city so it has enough population to actually grow. Now my 5th settler is ready, but good God does he have a trek. He has to get all the way over to this tile without actually being caught by the fire. Good luck, settler, but I guarantee you already hundreds of thousands if not millions of people have died in the engulfing flames of whatever the hell you call this. It's like Ragnarok or something. Finally, I can get my hands on reinforced materials. I'm hoping that prevents deaths in terms of population from natural disasters as well. I have Liang strategically placed in Farakarawa, so I can see about getting a few settlers out without the city getting burnt down constantly. Also, I just want to point out that you should absolutely not do this yourself, because this is nigh unplayable, all right? I know I sound like I'm having a good time, but this is nigh unplayable. Here's what I do like once every 3 minutes. I move 2 units, I select a building for a city to build, and then I move around a little bit. Maybe I get a builder action out, maybe I move a builder forward a little bit, and then I hit next turn. Then I hit next turn and I wait, and the only thing I have is the power of prayer that my game does not crash every single turn as these flames engulf the planet. Like right now, it looks like I just have the video paused. No, that's the game. The game, I cannot interact with it. If I click, this happens, okay? I just have to wait and pray, okay? There is nothing I can do. I cannot interact with this game. I just have to pray that it works. Oh my God, a gap in the flames. Oh, we might get our city settled. I don't even know if I should unlock lumber mills this game. They're just going to get burnt down, but I mean, I guess it seems like a logical choice. All right, I'm back from my turn. I made a cup of tea. Let's have a little look and see. Waiting for the game to respond. Perfect. Honestly, at this point, I've been staring at this like slightly faded out white screen for a couple of minutes now, and I think I'm going to call that the end of the video. Bit of a Windows shutdown noise of an ending, but you know what, man? I had a lot of fun trying this out, and I think maybe I can try it again on a smaller map someday. And maybe I'll try to do it without the forest fires this time. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!